Have you ever felt off balance or out of sync? According to research, the key to finding that sweet spot of balance and centeredness is by using your breath to help you relax and calm your mind and body. But that's not all. It's also important to recognize and appreciate the dual nature of life, which are the material and spiritual aspects that make up our existence. By acknowledging this duality, you can cultivate a deeper sense of well-being and harmony. So take a deep breath, let go of your worries, and embrace the balance within. Are you feeling stuck in a rut? Do you yearn for a change but don't know where to start? Well, today's your lucky day. I'm about to share with you 5 powerful ways to transform your life and shake things up. But that's not all. We'll also delve into the fascinating relationship between the material and spiritual worlds. From the yin and yang of nature to the push-pull of our own lives, opposite forces are at work all around us. So get ready to open your mind and embark on a journey of discovery and transformation. But before we get started, kindly like and subscribe to be part of this great family. Thank you. The first thing that you need to do to change your life is to 1. Understand your place in the universe. The human self comprises not only of the physical body, but also thoughts, feelings, senses, elements, and experiences, as well as pure consciousness. Researchers suggest that pure consciousness is identical to absolute reality, or in other words, the source of the whole universe. Using the classic analogy of a clay pot as an example, the pot is made of clay, but the pot is not the clay, and the clay is not the pot. Rather, the pot is a manifestation of clay. Many of us, including those who are on a spiritual path and those who are not, are conflicted by certain feelings, sensations, or thoughts that exist within us. We want to be better, yet we also feel hindered by our unknowns and darker energies. These opposing forces should neither be denied nor analyzed in great depth. Instead, they should be acknowledged as existing, because that is the nature of life and who we are. Have you ever pondered the nature of the human spirit? According to research, we are more powerful than we realize. Although we might think of ourselves as separate from the universe, the truth is that we are intrinsically connected to it. It's like the space inside and outside of a clay pot. They're the same space, but they have different abilities, quantities, and identities. When we see ourselves as the space inside the pot, we limit ourselves. But the moment we break free from that confinement, we become part of the vast, omnipresent universe. It's a heady thought, the idea that we have the potential to be omnipotent. But there's a catch. We can experience omnipresence, but we can't claim it as our own. As soon as we try to possess it, we lose it. So what does all this mean for us mere mortals? Well, it's a reminder that we're part of something much greater than ourselves. We might not be able to be omnipresent, but we can tap into that universal energy and use it to create positive change in our lives and in the world around us. So go forth and unleash your inner power. The universe is waiting. The second thing that you need to do to change your life is to 2. Acknowledge that some things will remain unknown even though we experience them. Life is like 2 riverbanks, with the material on one side and the spiritual on the other. You are the river, and the hidden deep below the surface of the water is the reality of the 2 banks uniting as one. The water is like the mystery that creates the illusion of 2. If you remove the water, there are not 2, but just 1. Just because you cannot see something doesn't mean it does not exist. Many things in the world are sometimes hidden, and at other times revealed. You only have to think of the sun disappearing from view at night as the earth revolves on its axis to see this fact. You may not be able to see spirit, yet expressions of it constantly flicker in and out of your life in the form of love, inspiration, a light that switches on in someone's eyes, or a child's innocence and joy. We constantly experience the interplay of opposites in nature. For example, hot and cold, light and dark, positive and negative, male and female, acid and alkaline. Opposites have to exist in order for us to differentiate one thing from another. Without opposites, nothing in the world or form would exist. Light cannot exist without dark, and dark cannot exist without light, and there has to be a contrast between objects for different shapes and colors to be seen. This interplay of what is unknown and what is known in this world is what makes life so infinitely interesting. When we try to reach a state of true relaxation and raise our level of consciousness, we often feel obstructed by all the things that seem to oppose our higher selves. For example, mundane thoughts about everyday life, bodily aches and pains, Emotional turmoil and external noise and distractions prevent us from experiencing true relaxation. When we embrace what is already there and do not fight with it, we can sit deeply in the center of our existence, with peace, acceptance, and surrender. The third thing that you need to do to change your life is to 3. Adopt an attitude of total awareness. Many paths to better health, awareness, and spirituality involve changing our behavior. But simply trying to eliminate a behavior without addressing its underlying causes is only a temporary solution. We need to deeply connect with our spirit and release the patterns that have become trapped in our bodies. Our physical form is the opposite of our spirit, and by embracing this duality, we can reach our true center. But forcing ourselves to accept certain aspects of ourselves can lead to failure. Instead, we need to become aware of ourselves and acknowledge all parts of ourselves, including our dark or unpleasant aspects. The goal is not to eliminate darkness or accumulate light, but to experience transparency and see the light through the dark. We must embrace our material existence and all our human feelings to experience a restful yet fully powerful spirit. It's normal to experience doubts, confusion, struggles, fears, and desires on our journey. We can only transform and heal by accepting all of ourselves. The fourth thing that you need to do to change your life is to 4. Accept yourself. Several cultures' ancient writings describe the visible world as a mirage, and the unseen world of spirit, the life force that makes things happen, as the truth. In the past, these descriptions of the material and spiritual lives brought people an awareness of godliness and a sense of hope in times of trouble. They helped people understand that they were part of a bigger plan. Nowadays, although the concept of illusion and reality still holds true, it seems that religion is often used to create fear and manipulate people into fighting with each other. These concepts of illusion and reality can seem confusing, especially as we live in the world of form. By form, I mean we inhabit the body. We live in a physical environment, and we feel the effects of that environment to a greater or lesser degree. Duality is like the opposite ends of a stick, two parts of the same thing. Higher awareness gained through meditation helps you to grasp the concept of duality and non-duality, and to be free from both by accepting all aspects of your existence. You may fear that by doing this, you will lose something or become disempowered. Accepting both your positive and negative traits without an awareness of your spirit is difficult, if not impossible. However, if you can be in the center of yourself, with your spirit as your reference point, you can observe all aspects of yourself without becoming attached to any. You don't even need to avoid passing judgment. If you allow yourself to judge, accept that too. By accepting your positive and negative traits, you can stop beating yourself up in your mind for not doing this or that. Instead, you discover compassion, love, and understanding for yourself, and in turn for other people. The final thing that you need to do to change your life is to 5. Connect to your infinite source. Total relaxation is only possible when you completely surrender and are in your center, which is your higher nature. Nothing can move you, and nothing can knock you off balance. But if you're living a life that is untrue to yourself, perhaps you've assumed a false personality or borrowed ideas. You will be haunted by insecurities and fears about what you may lose, no matter how loved and relaxed you think you are. To be totally relaxed, you have to bring all your 5 senses under your supervision, not under the supervision of society, nor under the supervision of the intellect, but under the supervision of intelligence. Intelligence is not the same as intellect. The latter is specific to the mind, and the senses and can change. Intelligence, however, is the subject of the spirit or the soul, and can never be changed, but will always grow. By spirit and soul, I mean an infinite source of intelligence or God. Since we are part of this intelligence in the form of our body, senses, soul, and spirit, all of these parts must be engaged in true relaxation. In the same way that a pot contains space, so does a house contain space, and the sky contains space, and this space is all the same. And so, all intelligence is identical and connected. In order to achieve total relaxation, we must connect with this single, eternal, universal intelligence, which has no individual identity. In a state of deep meditation, your mind loses sight of the external world. There is nothing but pure infinite consciousness. Pure consciousness is the witness, and all that the witness sees is consciousness, because that is all that exists. Once you reach that state, you will never feel fear, because you will be connected with your true nature. To be totally at ease, we need to accept both our positive and negative traits. We must shine the light of awareness on ourselves by going deeply into our spirit, using the pathways of our body, our physical existence, and our connection to the outside world. With this in mind, the habits discussed in this video will help you access your inner self and accept and balance your personality's different sides. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, kindly give it a thumbs up and feel free to share this video with your friends. You may just change their life. With that being said, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more life-changing teachings.